let's just go for what we want. And we're actually, this is hilarious. We're actually going for the Vikings too.
No, that's no way. 32 teams and we pick the same one.
Exactly. Well, this is how in sync we are.
Oh my god.
So
Imagine we both lose now in week 1.
we have no more shows for the rest.
That is actually hilarious.
My goodness. Welcome everybody back to the Front Office Report. I don't think you guys have heard me host in a while. I think Seb's voice is just too powerful to not let him do it.
I need to let this rest. I need to let it rest.
I am here with my buddy Seb again. We are here to talk about NFL. So one of the things that we've been working on, or that I brought up to the guys, is a Survivor League. So obviously we've been talking about Fantasy League, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But for those that don't know, Survivor League is pretty straightforward. Every week you pick one team to win during the matchups on Sundays or Thursdays or Mondays, whatever. And if you win, you go through. If you lose, you're out. If your team loses, you're out. If they tie, you're out too. So that's a.
Oh, I didn't know about the tie. Oh, that's an
I should have
one.
probably let you guys know that.
Oh my god, that changes everything now. Nah, I'm out.
And then the most important thing is that if you do win, you can't use that team ever again for the whole season. So at the end of the day, you're gonna use 18 teams total. Out of the 32. So you gotta be smart with your picks. You either want to take the for sure ones, but then won't have them for later, or you want to take a bit of a risk and have those for later. It's really up to you. What we decided to do is, I believe we mentioned it in one of our previous videos, is that we made 2 entries, and we made up teams, and thankfully we have a representative of each team here. So I'm with Daniel, and Seb is with Omar, who is in the. I actually just met. That was great.
Oh yeah, you guys met up, didn't you? Yeah.
He came all the way, and we had a little chat, and we had a lot of fun together. And now he's.
I'm assuming you probably had a little beverage or two.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's stay PC. It's just one beer.
Oh yeah.
But we actually watched the game on Thursday together, so that was really
which looked like a great game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do we go into the game now, or should we save it for
let's do it? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's go. What a game. I was very, I mean, for me, UK time, it didn't start until 1:30 a.m. And on a Thursday night when I have work on a Friday, I couldn't stay up that long. But when I woke up and saw some stats and whoo, that must have been, in that bar, that must have been hella good.
Yeah, so I tweeted, I even forgot my Twitter handle, so I can't even promote it here. At Front Office Gabo. Anyway.
We'll put it in the description.
Exactly. So I actually tweeted, I am in a lot of fantasy leagues, and in every league, everyone was like, "Why aren't you picking quarterback? Oh yeah, I need to get Pat Mahomes early. I need to get Buffalo Bills. I need to get Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson." This is why. For all those people that ask me, why don't you draft quarterback early? This is why. I had Tom Brady, I think in round 10 and 9 in most of my leagues, delivering 29 points for a 4 points per touchdown league. 29. So why bother waste a pick where you can get something like an Allen Robinson or a Brandon Ayuk or CeeDee Lamb, for those matters.
Yeah.
When you can get those and just get a decent quarterback like Tannehill and Tom Brady. Tom Brady was bombing. I think it was 4 touchdowns, over 300 yards, 2 stupid interceptions that should not count for fantasy. Damn it. One of them was like
that is unfortunate.
One of them was, I think it was Leonard Fournette. It bounced off his hands, and he couldn't catch it, so it landed on the defense from the Cowboys. And then the other one was like a Hail Mary. Like
I think that the first one where Leonard Fournette, it does just literally like it should be the fault of the receiver there and not Brady. I think that's
I guess the mentality is like it wasn't a good pass.
Yeah, but sometimes the pass is fine and it just butterfingers.
I mean, what,
butterfingers Leonard's over there.
Are you gonna tell Tom Brady that his pass is bad?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
7 rings? Like, no. I just
absolutely
not. But yeah, wonderful game for those that had players. I hope you started them. I started them all. Antonio Brown,
I think I did, yeah.
massive.
Is this? I said that. Is this going to be the Antonio Brown comeback? Yeah, I put this in our chat, and Dan was very. He was immediately like, "Nah, we're not seeing Steelers Brown." I mean, he looked. I thought he looked good.
Look, he's the
Like, he looked
best.
really good.
He's the best ADP to value wide receiver in honestly in the whole league.
Quite possibly, actually. Yeah, yeah.
Because I don't want to touch the Buccaneers offense because there's so many mouths to feed. The only offense that you would touch is once again Tom Brady. But look, you're picking Mike Evans and Chris Godwin in the third, fourth round even, and you're getting Antonio Brown at, like for dirt at like 12,
Late
13th
round, yeah,
like,
late round.
and
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
it's like, well, you better had started it. I hope you did. But he's there outscoring. You know, Mike Evans was non-existent. Chris Godwin had a good day.
Mm.
But yeah, Antonio Brown was there. Gronkowski as well with 2
I
touchdowns.
was going to say I have got Gronk in one of my leagues, and
That's another
he's
reasoning of
delivering,
like,
yeah.
if you don't get the top 3-4 tight ends, take a chance
Yeah,
at
you just
at
take
Gronk.
that late round tight end. Yeah, yeah.
Thankfully, the
Yeah.
guy I'm up against in my work league, he had Gronk in the bench,
Mm.
and I had Tom Brady. So that's
Yeah, no, I had so in because we did one of our mock drafts that we did. We had the first week of that. Obviously, I am against Dan for my first week, and I had CD, Gronk, and Dak. That's great. I'm pretty happy with that start. Those three have put me in a
Gronk
really nice
and
position
Dak
to beat Dan. Dak, CD, and
in one
yeah,
team.
Gronk
Damn,
in one team. Yeah, so not bad week for that
not
league.
a bad week. I mean,
It
if
was
we're gonna talk about, oof, I had I think there's in one of my leagues, in our league actually in League of Nations, I believe. Who is it? Abbas has Dak and Amari Cooper. Woo!
Yeah, Amari Cooper looked
Amari
good. I have to say, actually, we'll just touch on just generally the Cowboys. I think possibly one of the most polarizing teams in the league this year. You have some people that are massively high on Dak, massively high on Zeke, just the Cowboys in general. Some people that think, oh, Dak's coming off injury, Zeke's coming off injury, don't rate the defense. I think they probably shut up a lot of those doubters because they went toe to toe with the reigning Super Bowl champions and had Greg the Leg. He missed some poor field goals. I'm sure one of them was like 30 yards.
Yeah, no, he lost 5 points.
I'd put that over.
Yeah.
Greg came out and said, if I do my job, we win the game. And it's true. If he puts those away,
Wait,
the
he said
Cowboys
that?
win. Yeah, he came out after. I think he must have been interviewed post-match. At least kudos to the guy for being honest. Yeah, that is exactly the. Yeah, you're right. You should have put it away. They would have won the game, and it would be very interesting to see what the media would be saying about not only the Cowboys but also the Bucks if they'd lost that first game.
Yeah.
Do you think there would be that? Because you know what the media are like. They're automatically like, oh, Brady's washed, and they're not gonna do it again this year, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
it changes with a few.
But
picks.
I feel like maybe I'm wrong. Probably I'm wrong, but I believe Tampa didn't come out shooting last season with the whole trade with Tom Brady. They didn't come out swinging. I think they.
I don't think. No, I don't think they were fast out the blocks. I don't think.
Yeah, but yeah, back to Greg Sirlin. Just a quick thing. I'm actually kudos. I had no idea that he came out saying that.
Yeah, that's ballsy.
The fact that he's saying that instead of like blaming it on his surgery, like his back surgery, mad kudos to him. But yeah, if you had done your job, they probably would have won. I mean, definitely would have won.
Unfortunately, yeah.
But I think you're right. I think the Cowboys did come out, shout out a lot of people. For those Zeke owners, I'm sorry. This is
I was gonna bring up. That was the only question mark I had because Zeke was.
But don't panic. I mean, you don't panic. This is against the Buccaneers defense, so
that's the thing. Actually, when you look at overall, rushing just didn't happen at all in this game. Like Tampa Bay had 52 total yards and Dallas had 60.
Yep.
That's wild.
Yeah, Ronald Jones was non-existent. Giovanni Bernard non-existent. Yeah. Fournette had literally everything. It didn't look like a committee at all. But yeah, I mean, for those Zeke owners, don't panic. It's not going to be a repeat of last year. I certainly hope not. But the Cowboys are looking good. I think the biggest key that you mentioned is the defense. To go toe to toe with two turnovers, even 3 possibly, I can't remember. On Tom Brady's offense, massive kudos. Stopped at the line a few times as well. I think, look, I think this is the best way to start to go against the Super Bowl winner and he
and
go
just
toe to
make it.
toe.
That's the thing. Even again, it's the first game of the season. It's not the end of the world if you lose the first one. But I think Dallas really made a statement. Really did.
Yeah.
I
So
don't think
the
they're going to be
only
quite the chumps that they were last year, anyway.
yeah the only I'm not gonna say red flag because I'm still super high on this guy, but like CeeDee Lamb, he had 7 receptions out of 15.
Yeah.
8 drops, man. Like, and yeah,
Yeah.
sure, two of them maybe a little bit like harder to grab, but
But
like,
there were a few there that he could have taken.
yeah, I mean,
And you think,
especially
I
at the
mean,
beginning.
he was 7 for 104. If he takes a couple of those, whoo, he would have had
Yeah,
a
I mean,
game.
he still gave me the 20 fantasy points that I drafted him as my WR1 for in the league that I drafted like running back heavy at the beginning. So I'm still happy about it. It's just I was panicking because he started doing really crap.
Mm.
He got pulled out, and then Michael Gallup came in and had a whole drive to himself. It was insane. He was catching and catching and catching and getting like toe grab touches. Like it was, I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh boy. Like obviously Gallup
Here
is
we
like
go.
saying like, oh, you should have paid me instead of letting me go. But I was like, oh my god. And then CD came back, and hopefully like he did have a lot more. Amari
Mm.
Cooper. It was the Amari Cooper show though all the way.
He looks. Whew.
13 receptions.
Is he going to be top 5 fantasy this year? Maybe.
I mean, if he keeps it going like this, I mean, 13 out of 15 receptions. So he got the
Oh,
same targets as CD, but he caught
he actually had 13 out of 16 to correct you,
16. Okay,
but still 139 yards, 2 touchdowns.
no, crazy. I mean,
Very, very solid.
over
Yeah.
30 for half PPR and full PPR, over 30 points.
Mm.
It's disgusting.
Antonio Brown also, can I just say, 5 of 7 targets for 121 yards. What?
I mean, it was
That's wild.
the long like 70, 60, 70 yard
Yeah.
touchdown that did it
Yeah.
for him. But again, that's what you're drafting him for. That's what you're drafting him at the
That
12th.
is, he is, to be fair, he is a bit boom or bust, isn't he? But if he keeps this up, I thought I was really impressed with when I
mean,
only saw the highlights, but I was impressed with Antonio
he
Brown.
looks boom to me, honestly. Like I don't see him stopping. He's quick still. His routes are clear. Like I'm happy for him. I'm actually happy for him. So we'll see where that takes. Great game. We have
What a start to the season.
many
What a
more
start to the
coming.
season.
We're gonna many more coming later today. We're gonna have ton of good matchups. We're gonna talk them a little. We're gonna touch
You
a
know
little.
what?
But
I can't wait until we have that. I'm on NFL Red Zone. I'm on NFL Red. Actually, no, yeah. Oh, Vikings are at 6, but then maybe for the later games, get me on that Red Zone. Oh,
wait, so you're not gonna stay up for the Vikes?
What? Vikes are. Oh no, Vikes are at 6 o'clock my time, so I can watch the Vikes.
Oh, AM?
No, PM, 6 p.m.
PM? Oh, right. No.
Yeah. Lovely time, so I can have my dinner, watch the Vikings.
Oh, that's awesome.
What a combo! What a combo!
Good for you. Okay, well, perfect. With that segue, we can talk about the a little bit of the matchups, not all of them, and we're gonna talk more as the weeks progress. We have 18 weeks of football. I am pumped, excited. Packers win the Super Bowl. Let's move on.
No.
So, as we were talking about at the beginning of this video, we're doing a Survivor League, and Seb and I are here to discuss our picks. We have no idea what we're gonna pick. Just as a quick more info, so for those that are intrigued about this league, feel free to send me a message, tweet at me, or send me a message in Instagram or on a front office report or anything. Find a way to communicate. For next year, it's a bit too late for this year, but for next year, this is a big Montreal league, big Montreal league, $50 buy-in, almost 2,000 people join. You can think about the price there. And then a winner takes all. And by the end of the 18 weeks, 17 weeks, or whenever people last, it's either one man left or 10 players left, and they decide to either go an extra week or split 10 ways. And I've seen people going home. It was like 9 winners or 11 winners with like 11 grand each.
Oh, imagine that. Oh, damn.
We would buy new computers.
Yeah, so, we would have computers that would mean we could record and we could go live without our computers blowing up.
Exactly.
And we wouldn't have to wait half an hour for Seb to get his laptop started.
Exactly.
It'd be a great time.
Exactly. We don't need to wait for Daniel to come back from Pittsburgh training.
to be able to get us to record live.
Us going. But yeah. So anyway, if you guys are interested for next year, feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to pass that along. It's not my league, caveat. So
I was going to say, I'm sure this is I'm sure like Yahoo and all other people will do this as well. But You can come and join us if you want.
So let's talk about the nitty gritty. Who were your initial thoughts? What were your picks, and who did you end up going for?
So we sort of ended up with picking between two. Actually, we narrowed it down quite quickly. The first thing we said was who's playing the Texans, because they're probably going to lose most weeks, but it is the Jags. And as much as Trevor Lawrence has got a lot of hype coming out of college, I don't think either me or Omar were wholly confident in going with a rookie QB, a rookie coach. We just didn't fancy that one. So we pushed aside. We'll wait for the Houston Texans battering maybe next week. So then we went through the fixtures, and coincidentally, we actually ended up sticking with the two teams that me and Omar support. The Carolina. What am I saying? Carolina. God damn.
Carolina 49ers. Carolina Vikings.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. The Carolina 49ers, the San Francisco 49ers, and the Minnesota Vikings. Now, the Vikings, we have the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, Joe Burrow is obviously coming off an injury, and I just think overall the Vikings are a much better team. So that was why we were sort of leaning towards them. Again, the Detroit Lions, who the 49ers are playing, are absolute trash. So that should be a fairly easy game. So then it just sort of came down to, as we talked about earlier when you were explaining the Survivor League, we have to be sensible with who we're picking. We don't want to take all the good teams straight away, so that once you get through to sort of the later rounds where perhaps you're against fewer people and you need that, like, okay, I'm going to pull out the Bucks card here to go and destroy someone trash. Save that for later. So of the two, I begrudgingly admitted that maybe the San Francisco 49ers are a little bit better than the Vikings right now. So in that case, we're going to save the 49ers for a future week. And we decided to go with my Minnesota Vikings for week 1.
Okay. Interesting. So on our end, Dan is a Houston fan. And I don't know if he was joking. I hope he was, but he's like, we should pick Houston. And I'm like, can we switch teams, please?
Oh my God! Wow. Okay.
No, so I just like completely dismissed it, and I was like, okay, so these are my picks. What do you think?
If you'd have actually gone with them, oh my word!
I don't feel confident whatsoever. With the Texans, but anyway, so I reached out to him with my picks. He reached out to me with his picks. So there's two different like main strategies that you want to use in Survivor League. And I have actually, this is my 3rd year doing a Survivor League. I've actually used both. So it's not really a good sample size, but the first year I went for that mentality of like, okay, I'm gonna try and keep the good teams for later, and I'm gonna take a bit of a risk at the beginning. I lost week 4, and I was out week 4. The next year I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start heavy. Big, good teams that I know will get me through, and then I'll figure everything out later once I know a bit more about the teams. I got to week 10.
Okay.
That's eliminated by your freaking Vikings.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Couldn't beat the Cowboys for a kick.
So
I think was it Sirline? Yeah.
I remember that game. To be fair, I was just as angry as you because the Vikings played like absolute trash. Dude, I'm sure that was when they were playing like Andy Dalton and who was that other guy?
Yes.
Whoever that guy was, I think he came in, that other QB.
No idea.
No, it was not.
I don't know.
Was not. I don't know. Whoever it was.
But yeah, no, I was not thrilled. I was 2-3 weeks away from potentially winning 10 grand. I was like, this is sad. This hurts.
Hashtag feels bad.
So I'm a big fan of, the first 4 or 5 weeks. You have no idea how teams are going to shape up. For all you know, the Jets do come out swinging. For example, I'm just an example. For all you know, the Dolphins come out swinging. All these teams that have done changes, you have no idea how they're gonna face up. You don't know about the Saints. You don't know about the Falcons. You don't know about the Eagles. You don't know about Washington. Like all these teams that they're not for sure. So I'd rather not risk it. So I was a big fan of getting them out earlier. So I told coincidentally enough, I told Dan, yes, 49ers or the Vikings. Those are my picks.
No way.
Yeah, so those are my picks. And then he added the Rams against the Bears and
Okay.
The Packers against the Saints. Now, my biased butt didn't want to take the Packers now. And,
Okay.
and to be fair, I even told Dan, like, I don't know how I feel about Kamara running over our 16th ranked defense right now. So no thanks. Wait, actually, was that the O line that I was looking for? Anyway, I wasn't too confident about
Just
Kamara
didn't feel
running all
keen with
over us.
that. Yeah, yeah.
And again, I still don't know who's it gonna start for Chicago. Is it gonna be Justin Fields? Not that Justin Fields.
There's a lot of
could,
question marks about that Bears team.
yeah,
Yeah.
not that Justin Fields could beat the Rams, but I just I don't want to. You know,
It's one of those games that, yeah, for some reason, Justin Fields will start. He'll ball out for no apparent reason, and the Bears will end up winning. Yeah.
yeah,
Or they'll get some sort of fluky draw, and yeah.
Also, yeah. So Dan was also kind of like asking, like bringing in stats and trying to see like probability, like more kind of like of the taking a risk. But we discussed it. We had a good chat about it, and
It sounds like you had much more of a discussion than me and Omar had, because we did this in like 5 minutes.
He brought up the Patriots as well, which is not a bad call against the Dolphins, but it's just the Dolphins. They always manage to win one game from the Patriots like a year. It's just like
and I think again the Patriots, they've had quite a lot of change. Mac Jones coming in again, a QB on his first ever NFL game. Don't know how confident I feel about that.
Yeah. So then we landed on our main strategy that we want to use, which was for the rest of the Survivor League, which is kind of like what you guys did with the Texans, but for us against the Lions. Whoever faces the Lions, that's who we're going to go for. So that's where the 49ers came in. And then we're also thinking, the Vikings are going to have an easier week with the Lions at some point, so we might want to go for that. And then I brought up the fact, like, okay, I'd love to pick, literally, let's go for the strat. Whoever the Lions play, we pick them. And then we'd only have to find 3 extra picks for those weeks that they do rematches with the Packers, Bears, and the Vikes. So we'd have to calculate what's the easier week to pick somebody else.
Yep.
So ideally, we were going to go for the 49ers. But I don't know. We just both clicked. And we're like, let's just go for what we want. And we're actually, this is hilarious. We're actually going for the Vikings too.
No. That's no way. 32 teams and we pick the same one.
Exactly. Well, this is how NSYNC we are.
Oh my god. So, imagine we both lose now in week 1.
We have no more shows for the rest.
That is actually hilarious.
My goodness. The only thing that was really scaring me about picking Vikings was, 1, they're not in Minnesota, they're in Cincinnati, and 2, their preseason was trash. But again, so was Cincinnati preseason. So to me, my main reason was, like, because the Vikings destroyed me last year emotionally, I would much rather get him out of the way.
Yeah, get him out of the way. And you want to break that curse, break the hoodoo.
Exactly. Break out of the good. So we're going the Minnesota Vikings, which is
I can't believe that. That is actually hilarious.
Hilarious. So
I can't wait to jump on the chat and discuss that with Dan and Omar after we finish.
So we'll see how that goes. 6 p.m. We'll probably be online. We'll be discussing the game. We were just saying, Dalvin Cook's just gonna run it over. So
I think that's it. I could see. I mean, Justin Jefferson, he's gonna have a big game as well.
Yeah, and this was Dan's point as well. He's like, let's pick the Vikings before Dalvin Cook goes injured. So I was like, you know what? This is true.
Yeah, let's get out of the way.
Let's use him before he.
Good thinking. Yeah.
So that's funny. We're both gonna have Vikings. I have my own personal entry as well. So I'm not gonna pick the Vikings. I'm not gonna put all the eggs in one basket. So I might go for the 49ers in that case, or I might just go for a riskier, approach. This whole thing.
Maybe that could be where you listen to Dan and go with the Texans.
Yeah. Maybe I don't know.
I mean, I'm just because I was just going to have a look at what some other publications were predicting for this week, and this is from Sporting News, who do actually have the Texans down to beat the Jags. So maybe he's not quite so
interesting,
quite so off. Yeah.
Is it in Houston?
It is in Houston. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Well, we'll see. I probably won't. I probably pick either
maybe if Dan is so confident, maybe I'll just put a $5 on the Texans because I bet they'll have some good odds to win some money.
All right, let's do that.
Yeah,
let's
maybe
do
have a look at that. Yeah,
we can talk. We can talk bets after this.
We can. Yeah. Actually, I'm not listening to you on bets. What am
I saying? On that note, so thank you guys all for joining. This is gonna be a great fantasy year, great football year, great all sports year. So we're happy to be able to have this show to tell you guys about it, and we'll let you guys know how we go on our Survivor League. Hopefully, we're alive here next year.
Till the end.
Next week, sorry.
Till the end, yeah. Oh, at least till next week, yeah.
At least till next week. Oh man, if we're not, we are.
If they lose first, that's hilarious.
So
I kind of feel maybe one of us needs to change just in case so we still have some content.
They will just rock paper scissors it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. There is a buy-in which I don't recommend. If you get eliminated on the first week, you can pay $100, so double the amount to go back in. Which I mean, it's a brilliant idea from his end.
It is. Oh yeah, great idea. Yeah.
Increases the pool by a ton because people get super triggered after the first week. But yeah, I'll keep you guys noted of the stats. You know how many survivors are left, quite literally, through the whole league. I can see everyone's picks, you know, the majority of people what they pick. So it's a lot. It's very nice to, you know, a nice platform to use stats on. But yeah, we'll leave it at that. We'll discuss more football as it goes next week. Seb might touch on a bit of football, the real European football.
Soccer with the round one, yeah.
The round one with the one that you actually use your foot.
And
if you haven't seen our Formula One videos, please go and take a look if you guys are interested in that. And we'll keep the ball rolling, guys. Thank you guys for watching, sticking around. Throw us a subscribe, a like, comment, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace out, everyone. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like hearing us ramble about sports, feel free to subscribe at the top right, check out the next videos on the left, and feel free to leave us a like at the bottom. Thank you guys for watching.